Hi, here's Carl Runefelt, and this is how we left him at the end of the last episode, gloating about being on Fox News after he'd predicted upturns everywhere from 66 down to 42,000 in Bitcoin. Can't we please? That would be lovely. Okay, what's he going to be saying now? This is exciting. I want to hear this.
So we broke two very, very important levels for Bitcoin with high volume. And I don't have to tell you guys how significant this is for the bears, showing us that we are not ready for going up towards a new all-time high in the next few weeks or months. So basically, I have to tell you right now that 100K before the end of the year is definitely dead, even though that was quite obvious already a few weeks ago.
Was it really? Not to you. Let me see. Mid-November, which was, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, you were long from 66,000.
But I guess now it's even more obvious. So I think, just like
I forgot you were long a lot, like 6.5 million.
Before, I think 100K is probably going to happen Q1, and I still think that.
Oh no! Why? Why? Tell me why.
That's possible. Even though this happened, I still think that can happen. If you just zoom out, Q1, basically, that would mean that January, February, at the end of March. So before this line here, we need to go to 100K. So basically, Bitcoin would have to essentially go from here and on average go up to this level. I mean, it is definitely possible. It would just mean that we would have to go, parabolic, right? That we're in a parabolic cycle like this. And this is still possible. So without going into any crazy technical analysis in regards to that, I just wanted
to... What? No, because there isn't any crazy technical analysis for that one. Brilliant.
To make that clear, that is still a possibility that Q1 could give us 100K. And I still think we are in the bull cycle. So even though we could potentially end up in a...
Later on, he shows us that he's done a trade. And this is great because I can see his entry price and his stop loss. So let's go and have a look at that on a different chart. And what do we see? Let's assume I've put in my minimum 1.25 risk reward. No, this is not going to work because this thing just goes straight line across for about 2 days and doesn't produce anything for him.
Actually, one other bullish signal, or whatever you want to call it. This is the Bitcoin.
Thank God we found another bullish signal.
CME futures chart. And if you pay attention to the calendar, then you will see that it's Saturday/Sunday. So basically, we're in the weekend, which means that the Bitcoin price actually closed up at 51.7K in the CME chart. And obviously, the Bitcoin price fell way below that today. So this means that we have a huge CME gap, which is a bullish sign because that means that Bitcoin has to essentially come back up and fill the gap. So
what? Because the futures are closed at the weekend, it has to come and fill the gap. That's the most insane tea I've ever heard. I've had enough.
That's a great.
Okay, so it's been almost a week and the short attention span is really hurting Carl here. So he gets BitBoy on, who's, let me guess if he's bullish or bearish. He's bullish, he's bullish. And look at this title. The Bitcoin price will have to explode to 100,000 within a few months. And then I love this. How many times in the last few months has this been predicted? Meanwhile, it's dropping right now. It's like being blindfolded, trying to hit the dartboard. Eventually, you'll get lucky and hit the board. Not the score. Be honest and don't give false hope to people who might jump into a trade and lose it all. And that's exactly what I think. He's still bored, so later that day he brings on Turbo Swede.
I've been following your channel, and you've been doing an incredible job. I think you're doing 1 or 2 videos every single day, some live streams, and your community is really very engaging. And can you tell me a little bit about exactly what you...
Do you think maybe her channel has paid him to be on? Or I don't know. It's just a hunch.
I know how hard it can be.
Yeah, and I think that your YouTube channel is growing very fast, and I think that's very cool to see. And I saw your subscriber count. You just broke 3,000, right?
Yesterday on my live stream, actually.
Nice.
He's been watching that and really praying that they get over 3,000. No, she's flipping told him, and it's all part of the deal. Honestly, people, wakey. Right, onward to the real reason I included this part because it's funny. Okay, here we go.
Again, and as everyone on my channel, I do use Fibonacci, and the last time we did have a pullback, as you can see on the weekly. We took the Fibonacci from the lowest point.
Okay, what's this? I mean, this is, to those who don't understand about Fibonacci, this is just plain wrong. And so as a result, I just thought, my mind boggled. And then I saw this great comment. To draw fib extensions, don't you have to take it from the last swing high to the low? I think you drew it wrong from low to high, which is what you do to figure out traces downward, not upward. No, I didn't do it wrong. And this is Natalie, the Turbo Suite. She did do it wrong. Yeah, that just made me laugh. And I just thought, this is brilliant. Can't stop. Can't keep that out. So now he needs her to be more bullish. So this is what he has. This is what he has to say, trying to get
at the beginning of next year. That is actually what I see. So this month on December, kind of slow market, maybe correct itself a little bit more, and then in the beginning of next year, we will be bullish again. So that is actually what I see.
And what do you think about the bull cycle top? Do you think we're going to reach 300,000, 100,000? What's your bull cycle top?
Well, just 1 second. If we're using the Fibonacci and if we're respecting Fibonacci levels, and that's usually what the market is doing, we can come up even.
If these are Fibonacci levels, okay, good.
to, I mean, over 100K.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think as well. I mean, 100K
Yeah.
easy. But do you think that would be the top, or do you think we will go to much higher than that?
I mean, I think based on this, I do believe we can come up to even 100. Is it 101, 111K?
Okay.
Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, I think we can come up to that level and slowly and steady. But first target that I'm having is definitely 100K.
To the upside with a target close to 50K. And let me show you the exact target here. You can see right there that the target is very close to 50K, $49,500.
Target is 49,500. Remember that.
Approximately. So that's what's happening right now. And I am currently in a multi-million-dollar long position based on the fact that I do believe we are very likely to see some type of a reaction rally here to the upside. Obviously, we have to clear a big resistance level. I'm going to show you that resistance level in 1 minute, but first I want to show you my position. So here you can see my two.
So you have to clear this resistance level. Unfortunately, he's already got the position on in 2 million. Let's turn the subbies off, and we can see he's in on an average 48,840. You know, I think he's just gone in, so he's probably gone in around 48,400. Let's have a quick look at that and what that looks like in terms of the chart. It's called ringing the bell. So he's loaded up and added to his position just before it dumps, you know, quite considerably. Let's face it. And there's his average sitting there, and that's unfortunate, and that's what can happen. Let's face it. Don't forget, he's still long.
$1,000. I took some chips off the table. I couldn't take profits off of my Bitcoin though, because I told you I'm not gonna sell a single Bitcoin. Oops, I'm not gonna sell a single Bitcoin until we break $100,000, and we didn't break 100K yet. So
okay, we get it. You're a hodler.
So yesterday we saw this inverse head and shoulders. It broke to the upside, and we didn't see.
And you went long at the top.
The kind of volume that we really wanted to see. And yesterday I told you.
You didn't talk about volume yesterday.
Guys, obviously we're seeing a breakout, but the volume is not really that amazing. And I also said that we need a 4-hour close above 48K. And
no, you didn't. We just looked at what you did yesterday.
Well, you can see here that this didn't happen. We saw a big wick above 48K, and then we closed below 48K, which was of course not a very good sign. Personally, I was very, very occupied with my New Year's partying, so I was not really, sitting trading at this point. But I've been keeping my.
Your followers were, because they were worrying about their position.
My longs open here, even though, of course, now in hindsight, we could have just closed them here in some slight profits, and then.
No, what slight profits? You were in at the absolute top. There was never any profit on that position. That's just nonsense.
Potentially jumped back in down here. But you have to also choose your battles. Do you want to sit and trade on New Year's Eve, or do you want to have fun? That's like the big thing, right? But let me show you my trade.
Whoa. So basically, you don't care about your followers. That's what I take it to mean, because, you didn't even look at the Bitcoin price. I bet you someone came up to you at the party and told you that it was falling, and you decided not to do anything about it because you were, having a party.
Still have this $2 million Bitcoin long position open over on Bybit. It is obviously in big loss currently, and you can get up to 9.5 thousand.
Okay, so it's in big loss currently, but at one stage it was down double that easily. And man, this is what you're like. Straight over to Shillingcaster. Amazing. So if you're sick of Carl and wants an intelligent TA, come to our Discord. The invite is in the description below. Until the next time, goodbye.